this session, which will be uploaded onto YouTube as well. And we are now live on Facebook. So Andrea, I'm going to now make you host, so please take it away. All yours.
Okay. Well, first of all, everybody welcome, and everybody who's always watching us and support us. Thank you for being there. And just to tell you that I am very happy to announce that this is our fourth conference of One Humanity, One World. This one, the main topic is focused on women and
Andrea,
how humanity. Yeah.
Sorry, I made a minor screw up. Sorry, apologies for interrupting things. Adina, I accidentally made you the host. I meant to make Andrea the host. So Adina, could you click on the participant and make Andrea the host so she can control this session? I apologize, this is my mini screw up. So Adina, I appreciate that. You make Andrea host my screw up. Apologies that. So carry on, Andrea. Thank you very much.
I think it's done. Yes?
Thank you. Yeah, you've done it. Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Anyway, as I was saying, this topic, this time is the last conference of 2020 that we're making. And we focus it on women, but not only on women, but on how humanity can be united together to give birth to a new world. And by that, I mean that, as most of you know already, we are focusing these conferences on the OHOW Manifesto book. And the main topic we talk, it's about how to bring solutions to create a new world of peace. And the most important foundation is the family and how ourselves bring peace to our homes, because that will make a direct reflection on how we create peace in society and our worlds. So One Humanity, One World parts from the basis that we are all one human race, and that we are all one in all aspects, never mind the race or the superficial difference that we usually focus on. At the end, we're only one race, and we suggest that we should bring the unity to our lifestyles and learn to see humanity as a family. And by that, I mean that by then we should not feel indifference for what is happening in other countries. Sometimes we are very comfortable living our daily lives that we forget about all the terrible things like wars or genocides that are happening all around the world, or all the injustices, for example, all the sex trafficking or all the abuses. And we know that those things exist and we know those things are wrong, but just because it doesn't affect directly to us, we just are fine assuming that, well, it's not really our problem, right? But what about this? What if those children that are being abused are your children? What if those wars where our country is where your family is, your sister or your mother or your father, you won't sit and cross your arms. I'm sure you wouldn't, nobody would. So we should start seeing the entire world as the home we share, and humanity as the family we must take care of and learn to really love. And once we start making that application, then it's gonna be possible to create peace on earth. Only then, because there's nothing that you wish for your family that is not peace. And in a family, we still have differences and we still argue, but above everything, we are still a family and we overcome our differences. That's the thing, that's what we call learning how to make a healthy convivence. So once said that's hello, Teresa, you're welcome. I have just finished the introduction of this conference. And once I have said that, I want to thank you all, because you from different parts of the world, you're all working to making the world a better place. And all of you really love humanity. And you have this vision that you share with me of unity and how we can really bring peace by being an example of that. So I want to introduce you all. First, I would like to introduce Dr. Leon Yin. He's a nuclear physicist, but he's also a charity soul. He's devoted to help humanity in many fields and areas. And he's also mommy's boy. He is literally the most feminist person I have ever met in my life and the greatest women supporter in all aspects and fields. And when we talk about empowering women, we're really talking about empowering our mothers, our daughters, our sisters. But we need our brothers and our fathers and our sons to be there too, because we're all one, we are a team. So, Leon, please, you start.
Well, I'm truly honored to be amongst this panel of very eminent speakers that has a very, very powerful message to deliver out there. So we have the whole world listening in, and this platform is very important in how we deliver this message. So Andrea is absolutely right. I am a very proud mummy's boy. I make absolutely no shameful admittance to that. This is my mother, my beautiful mother, and this is me as a baby. This oil painting, which is on my award-winning memoir, is done by Jenny Yip. I am surrounded, thankfully, by beautiful, powerful, intelligent, courageous women. From my mother, obviously my father plays an important role as well, as Andrea said, is the family, which I'll come into it. But I've been blessed that wherever I've been traveled, every time I've failed in life, it's always the women that pulls me up. So 5 years ago, this arrogant, logically cold physicist who claimed he proved the existence of God, I actually had no love for God. You know, I try to even disprove my own scientific fact. So 5 years ago, I was blessed to ultimately create our collective. And it wasn't for the powerful, beautiful women, one of which is here right now, Teresa Nacli. You know, even though, like I said, she's not feeling well, but she has such great courage. So from her, and also Maggie Law, another powerful woman as well, that helped me create our collective. So all this that has come about for my adventure is, like I said to you, start obviously from my mother, but even from this global alliance, it's come from my interaction and the leadership. I repeat, the leadership of these amazing women that I've been blessed to be surrounded with. And obviously a new generation of powerful women that are now taking lead is Andrea herself. I am, again, along this path, been blessed that she has created this amazing one humanity, one world. So in fact, this is what we are doing is for her generation. As Teresa and I would know, we're of the older generation, you know, but we're here to form this new world, okay? We all know what a disaster. So if there's anything, I don't want to make light of the pandemic, but if anything silver cloud or silver lining has come from this dark cloud, is that it's made people sit up and take notice. It has made people sit up and realize the old way is not the good way, you know? So that, again, I don't want to make light of, there's a lot of people with a lot of tragic stories. I'm fully aware of that. But in a way, humanity needed a kick up the butt, to be quite honest with you. So is it an awakening year, an awakening darkness that we as leaders, and I include all of you here as leaders, must ensure that you have the voice and more importantly, the courage and the wisdom to lead all of humanity collectively. We cannot do this individually, okay? Even though we are leaders, we must be pure enough, we must be loving enough. And that's something that these women has all taught me. As I started my talk, I am a very cold, calculating physicist. I may absolutely know, everyone, my family, my friend knows it. But through this interaction, of course, my mother's love is the strongest love. And regrettably, she's in heaven now. And she is my dearest and greatest thing. And shamefully, in my entire life, I never once said I love my mother. Shame on me. Seriously, shame on me. Okay? All right? But these beautiful women now on earth, Teresa, Maggie that helped me create it, our collective, Andrea that created this OHOW, is showing me what the importance of love. Oh, there's no doubt I love my mother, okay? So I would take a bullet for her. I'll do anything for her. So it's not I did not love my mother, but simply loving someone, you also have to express it in a meaningful way. So, and I have to apologize to Andrea and correct her slightly. There is obviously within family, we all argue. Within our society, we all argue. But what brings family together isn't that they come to an agreement. I can tell you this now, my experience of families is we generally don't come to agreement. But what brings us together is the bond of love, okay? So even as a co-calculating nuclear physicist, I've come to a realization that all these forces, electromagnetism, weak force, strong force, gravity, is meaningless without the strongest force of nature, and that is love. And that's one thing that these most powerful, charismatic women in my life has taught me. And it is that love that allows family, even when they argue, when they don't agree, to stay bonded together. And that is the same kind of love that we need to bring to this world, so that the world is seen as an entire family. So like Andrea said, we should not limit our love for each other within our own home, within my own apartment, within our collective, within OHOW. We need to build the family of humanity. So it doesn't have to have the same color skin. It doesn't have to have the same surname. It doesn't have to have the same continent. We are one human species. And that is what I am so blessed to be part of, this one humanity, one world, global social movement. And I'm even more blessed that I have such charismatic, such powerful, such wise women in my life that I believe genuinely that God has delivered. And obviously one of the most powerful women that I've met, in fact, I've even called her my adopted mother here on earth, is obviously Milana, where I met Andrea last year in Istanbul at the Call to World Peace. And again, Teresa was at the podium, that shared the podium with me in Istanbul to an audience of thousands at the Call to World Peace. So ultimately, love is what is going to bring the family of humanity together. Even if they argue, even if they disagree, it is love that will allow us to live harmoniously. Without it, we're going to continue with warfare. We're going to continue with animosity. We're going to continue with bigotry. We're going to continue with all the evils of this world. In other words, we're going to continue the old ways. So anything that this pandemic has shown is that the old ways do not work, okay? I don't think you need to be too smart to realize that. So we need to move to this coming new world. And there is a coming new world. This pandemic will eventually go. Humanity will again heal. But we must ensure that we move in the right way, in the forward way, in the right way. And that right way has to be with leadership from women. So as Andrea also said, not only am I a proud mummy boy, I'm an absolutely proud feminist. I hate racism, I hate sexism, I hate all forms of bigotry. And I've seen it with my own eyes, this calculating, yeah, I'm arrogant, I'm one of the smartest piece of entity on this world. And this smartest piece of entity in this world is fully realizing that this world needs to be moved forward with the powerful voice, with the powerful, nurturing, caring, loving aspiration of a mother, of a sister, of a daughter, of all these great women that are on this platform. Obviously, David and myself are token guys, but like Andrew said, we have to be part of this adventure as equals, not as inferior, as equals. But regrettably, over this old time, women has been suppressed. Remember, it's only 100 years ago when women got the vote, the right to vote, okay? So we must continue that equality. And I hopefully will help with our collective organization with this OHOW to help open this new world. And I absolutely commend all these great, powerful women leaders that are here that will help lead all of humanity, including us guys, on an equal path. So men and women can form this bond of family for the entire world, okay? So we need this entire world to be one family bonded by love. So God bless you, and thanks, Andrea, for allowing me this platform to express my views to the world. Thank you.
Thank you. And indeed, love is way more than emotion. It's the strongest force in the universe. But we need to learn to love more universally and divinely, I would say. Okay, so now I would love to introduce a woman which love really inspires me, who is Teresa. Teresa Nacli. She is co-founder of our collective. She's a UN activist. She is also founder of the Museum of the Future Foundation, and she is the most humanitarian heart I have ever met. She's doing amazing things for peace. She's a true example of it. So please, Teresa, thank you for coming despite how you were feeling or health. Thank you for coming. You're always supporting us. So please, I leave this platform for you now. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrea. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be with you, with Dr. Leon. For me, it's a great experience because, like Leon said, alone we cannot do nothing. And just I felt in our collective, I could have some hope in a project to save the world. When I say save the world, is to make the world think. We have to have another choice besides militaries, wars, weapons, just to destroy the planet. So I think we have to come back together as partner with the other side, with the male, like Dr. Leon said, we have to be equal. And women, we're not equal in the world today, especially in the war industry. So we want to be in the war industry, but the war industry for love, to help people. And we need to be united. For peace and love is another war, because it's so much fake news to put one against each other, to provoke the war just for the industry make money, because the weapon industry and the industry of the war is the biggest and the most profitable in the planet. Do you think they want to change their business? No, we have to open the eyes. This is our mission as our collective, to present our good projects and wake up the planet. I don't know how. We are trying. This is the best way. We have the Zoom, we're talking. I have my projects in Golan Heights that I want to unite 3 countries in peace. My family came from there, and I have a peace culture project fighting for years. It is difficult. Is it difficult to understand human mind when they do not want to change, especially when they profit on the killing industry? And I don't know what to say anymore. Today I'm here, I'm with fever. I'm just came here to talk, but I'm very disappointed with everything, what the planet is doing today in politics. And I think women, as mother, we have to hold our place and and see that we can do. But if we are united, we need to be united. So that's my message today. We have to be united, men and women, to save the planet, to save our home, and to bring love again. Because this is not the way we're going to achieve anything in the planet. And I'm happy to know you, and I'm happy, very proud to meet Dr. Leon and to put me in this beautiful group and form our collective. And this has gave me hope that we can achieve something. Even if I cannot finish in my lifetime, I know that I start something to promote peace. And that's what I want. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Teresa. That was beautiful. As always, you're always bringing beautiful, because that's what you are, a beautiful soul. Thank you for your work and for your support. And now I would love to introduce another beautiful woman, Mumsi. She's a huge personality in Dubai. She's so versatile. I think there's nothing she can do, but she's so devoted to bring her, that maternity love to everything she does. And she's devoted to help people by direct contact. She's very into social work, and she's a real activist on her daily life. So thank you, Momsi, for joining us today. And I leave this platform for you.
Thank you so much, Andrea. It's a pleasure, and it's my honor to be here today to talk. First of all, I would like to say that all this which has come into me is my mother. My mother means the world to me. My mother, she was a single woman who raised us. I was only 2 years old when my father passed away. She's such a strong woman. I mean, I believe in her so much. She's the one who's given me the strength, the values, the quality that what I take forward every day. My mother, she's the one who actually taught me to give. She says, giving will increase everything, your love, your strength, your wealth. My mother, she herself is a social worker. She's 86 years. She's still doing a lot of social work. She has taught me a lot of things. I would share a few of them, which I actually did in my personal life. One of the foundation called me. I was on radio and I was interviewing the person. I don't want to mention names. And she's a very well-known personality of India. And she said, there's a girl who's been thrown in the garbage and she's only a few hours old. She's very dark. She's not looking very good. Would you want to adopt her? And I said, sure. I mean, it's only if her skin that matters to people and they've thrown her, and whether she's a girl and that's the reason she's been thrown. Oh my God, I said, I will be more than willing. Today, she's 14 years old and she's my daughter. And I love her to the core. And so is my son. My son, I have only one son. And when I adopted her, he was very young. And I told her, if by chance, if something happens to your father and me, it's your responsibility to take care of this girl. And she's your sister. And you have to make sure that you carry forward this. That's one of the instances. One thing that gave me a pleasure in doing something in Dubai, which never anyone had done. I used to do jail visits. And when I used to go there, and then I started the radio show, connecting people from the prison to their home. And I remember once when a 23-year-old boy who was in jail, and I connected him for his mother's birthday. The mother, the way she cried, the way she was happy, though her son was in prison, but she said, I could hear his voice, I could talk to him. That gives me pleasure. I mean, I'm a person, I would want to help anyone. It's not the nationality, it's not the skin, it's not anything. If you want to help somebody, you just have to go out and do it. I feel if you can help somebody, you are fortunate if you can do something, not the opposite person, because God has many people on this earth. He can select them. If I have been selected, I am fortunate. But we as human, what we do is when we do something for someone, we make sure that we, force it on that person. Oh, I did this for you and I did that for you. But no, you never did anything. You did it for your soul. You did it because you wanted to do it. You were fortunate. That's why you did it. That's what my belief is. And I feel that the more you give, the more you get. The best thing you can do is spread happiness, spread help. I had another incident in Dubai. There's a girl who had come after her board exams and she went for a party out and she had an accident. Until today, of course, she's alive, but doctor said she's not going to be alive. She was 15. And then when she turned 16, the parents were very poor and they couldn't raise money. So what I did was the first radio show held in the hospital, come and light a candle for Carol. And I could collect that fund so they could take this little girl back home. Today, she's 30 plus and she's doing fantastically well. Of course, she can hardly hear, she can hardly talk, but she's doing very well. And I'm constantly in touch with her. These are the things which makes you feel happy. These are the things that makes you feel that, yes, you are here for a purpose. And this is your purpose, not only for your family. When you extend the family, it means a lot. It means a lot. And that's what gives you satisfaction. And I always feel, we say that, God closes one door, he opened 10, but no, he actually opened 10 doors and then closes one, but we can see the closed door. We can't see the 10 open ones. But I strongly believe he's already opened 10. And when you lend a hand to somebody to help, you have 10 more hands coming to help you. This is what my belief is. Please, as much as we can do for the society, for the universe, please do it. I mean, when you say you give something, you get something. Like my mother taught us so much to give, and my son did it. I wouldn't want to share, but this is something very important for the youngsters to know that my son, he was married. He's married and he was in Vancouver. Just 13 months back, my husband had a massive cardiac arrest. He's still in Bangalore. The family has come forward to extend, whether it's my husband's family or my family. Right now, he's in Bangalore. He's still in coma. And my son sacrificed his life and he was with his father for 9 months. He was with his father. He gave up his job. He was there just to make sure that his father's all right. And then came forward my husband's niece and his sister. So this is what the family love is. So I feel when you do something for someone, why do you expect from that person? No, God will have different channels to give you back. And this is where it shows how beautifully we have got it. And my husband is there. And I feel that we are blessed that to have such a good family. My family, my sister was with me, my mother was with me, and now it's his family. And my son sacrificing at the age of 29, it's a big thing. So please, please don't think, just go forward and help whoever you can and see how nice you feel. And you will feel that satisfaction. You will have that, that peaceful sleep at night. And I mean, to end it last but not the least, love your mother. Her blessings are the most important thing on this earth. I feel if you have your mother's blessings, you can do anything in this world. That's what I believe very strongly. Thank you.
Thank you, Mamsi. Definitely to be a loving servant, it's what gives joy to our lives and what gives significance. The really purpose is that we all have to learn to serve and love. And love never expects anything back. There's no expectation. Serving is love. So thank you. That was a beautiful intervention. You are truly a living example of your words. And now I would love to introduce to David Carlsson from Sweden right now. He's a representative from the Call to Friendship Association and the Knowledge Book. And I'm sure he has prepared a beautiful speech that talks more universally about this topic we have today. So thank you, David. It's your turn now. So I leave the platform for you.
Thank you very much. You can hear me?
Yes.
Good. I am here today as one of the representatives for the Call to Friendship Association, where we work with the Knowledge Book and cosmic energies and give universal knowledge for world unification. We call this speech World Mothers. I was born in this life in the body of a man. However, one of my missions here on earth is to bring forth the power of the woman and love of the woman into the earth. Can somebody unmute? There's some noise. Somebody. Have everybody unmute? Teresa? Okay.
No, I'm listening.
Okay. We call this speech World Mothers. The woman with unconditional love, a godly creative love and consciousness we really need. The Knowledge Book is a divine cosmic book given to us from our galactic friends to help us in this intense time. The Knowledge Book gives us universal knowledge and carries a scientific divine technique that enables the attraction and reflection of godly cosmic energies, which helps us to awaken our divine essence consciousness. A book which is the intergalactic constitution dictated between 1981 to 1993 to Vedya Bülent Unser Chorak alias Medlan. And to dive into the mystery of a woman and the mother and their godly life power they give to the world, we can look into the Knowledge Book where it says, the spirit has no gender. For this reason, during various incarnation rings, they have enwrapped themselves in the personalities of a woman or a man, in accordance with their missions in society. Almost all the light prophets are mothers in their essence, because they are creative and productive. And further it says, now, if you will notice numerous mediums that have gained consciousness in your society are directed by women rather than men. And this is projected on you as a mirror of truth. Quote from Fascal 18. A man can long for the special love from the woman. Sometimes the ego wants to love it for its own and have fear of losing it and wants power of it. But he might not know that he will never fully get that love in that way and might not know the consequences for the world when he does that. The woman love cannot be held in a fearful, possessive way because it will suffocate that love. In the Knowledge Book it is written, now we would like to mention Mother to you a little bit by the command of God. All the goodwill and love in the entire universe is given to the woman who is going to be a mother. For the perpetuation of the generation is formed through this love. A mother should never presume that she feeds her baby only with her milk. Actually, that which feeds and maintains the life of a baby is the vibrations of love transmitted by the mother. The device to measure the vibrations of love is not present in your world yet. Ego of the social community could not bring the mother, whom even God has rendered so supreme, to her currently deserved place. Those who first make frequency contact with us are mothers. We dictate this to you to explain how great power love is. Underdeveloped societies will be annihilated in proportion with the torment they cause women. Do not ever forget this. Changes that will occur during the time that comes from beyond the 20th century until today will convince you more. The time has changed. The medium has changed. The world needs love given from the essence, not demanding love. This powerful current is present in the mother. Do not ever forget, be you either man or woman, your possessive ego will always lower your frequency. No religious books will henceforth be revealed to you. You may accept these words as a continuation of your books. Happiness and success to you all from the supreme plane. Quote from Fascal 2. The basis for a constructive world starts with the mother in the family. The mother who is supported to love in flow can create psychological security and introduce and teach love for the children of the world, making less room for the destructive ego to take room. Evolved women integrated with divine logic as leaders of the world bring forth vibrational love and conscious thoughts in our quantum field, such as the notion that we are all one family, to enable a thought reflection to induce the best behavior of humankind. In the knowledge book, it is written, the first cipher code of the brain is broken by the influences of thought. Your brain generator is operated only by this means, and this comes into effect by the influence field of the first social totality, that is, of the family. Quote from Fascal 48. And in one supplement of the knowledge book, it is written, perfection of a human is equivalent to his/her responsibility. An irresponsible being has neither respect nor benefit for neither himself, herself, nor for humanity, nor for the universes. The first responsibility and respect of an individual begins in the family, heart, and home. For this reason, in the sacred books, it was said, heaven is under the feet of mothers. Quote from Supplement 5. Allah is the same source as God. In the knowledge book, it is written, our friends, the evolution of humanity does not take place easily at all. Now a new age is being entered. Each age has characteristics peculiar to itself. And these characteristics always influence the entire creation and all the livings. The age to be entered is an age that promises many things to humanity. This age is the age of Allah. It is an age of knowledge and an age in which consciousnesses will be illuminated. In this age, primarily, women will walk in the front because this age is a reformist age. Quote from Fascal 53. If we would have more female leaders, our divine consciousness expansion and our unification in the world would go faster. And by a higher divine consciousness, we can detach ourselves more from ego, material survival mode, violence, and thoughts of separation. Love makes us relax. When a country and the world supports the power love of women, we have greater possibility to relax by that love. And that will be beneficial for our world's evolution because we can only attract the godly cosmic consciousness expansive energies in a relaxed way. In the knowledge book, it is written about the first constitution, which was established by beings called as the Atlanta emissaries, that existed much before the universes. And in the book it says, now we try to convey to you this constitution, being loyal to its essence. The first principle in the law was as follows. 1, whoever you are, so is your brother, sister. 2, mothers are mothers of all the children. Fathers are the fathers of all the children. 3, in one morsel, partiality, even as small as a grain of wheat, cannot be made. 4, everything will be equally distributed to everyone. 5, one who does not radiate his/her love to his/her surroundings, who does not let flow his/her energy to his/her essence, is transferred beyond the curtain of immortality. He is sent to the principle of existence, program of reincarnation and karma. This was the first initial foundation of the first constitution. Afterwards, numerous constitutions came into effect, but they always stayed loyal to the initial fundamental rights. And the godly ordinances were established in this way. The first constitution caused incorrect interpretations in consciousnesses during the time processes. The concept of family was removed from minds when it was stated that every child belonged to every mother and every child belonged to every father. Thus, the degeneration began. Later, the mentality of claiming ownership by egos came into effect. Quote from Fascal 28. Our earth is our home and our universal evolutionary school. If we could see humanity as one family and bring forth the world mothers of the world beings, the women, it would be beneficial for humankind's universal consciousness exam to create peace within, thus peace without. Thank you all for listening. I am with you to exist in unity. Thank you.
Thank you so much, David. There is so much knowledge that it's very difficult to just extract one thing. But that was amazing. Thank you so much for the contribution and for sharing such a deep knowledge. Now, I would like to introduce to Adina Wiseman, who is today here in representing Saisma's teachings of love, compassion, and also about the divine feminine. Adina is not only one of the people that shares these beautiful teachings of Saima, but she's also a mother and a financial advisor. So she's actually a very versatile woman. I'm very happy that you're here with us, Adina, and share this wisdom. So all the platform is all yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrea, and I'm grateful to be here. So here in Denver, Colorado, it is early Sunday morning, and to be with you in this consciousness, this gathering of unity is just grace in itself. My teacher, Saima, is at the current time teaching right now. We have what we call our global unity gathering, where about 1,000 people from 30 different countries are online, what we usually do in person and come together. Usually in the United States, we come together for this one. And we're all online for these 4 days. So I'm here in her stead. So, you know, if we think about this year, right? Think about 2020, and while we're all in different parts of the world, in 2020, we've been in different stages of quarantine, of staying at home, of distancing from other people, of going inward. It's really the opportunity. And Leong, as you said, you know, we don't want to take away, there's lots of suffering and tragedy and things that are happening all over the world. But there is also opportunity, and that opportunity is to go within and to find that knowledge, to listen to that knowledge that we all have. And as we're here and talking about the divine feminine and about women and that shifting energy in our globe, in our world towards the feminine, it really is interesting to note that it isn't just about women. It's not about having a female body. It is about the qualities of the divine feminine that our world is now hungry for. So in fact, this morning at about 6 a.m., one of my colleagues forwarded me an article that she had read in the Harvard Business Review, and that was how self-compassion is the key to effective leadership. And it was interesting to read the article, and yet my response was to her, because she and I have been colleagues for many, many years, to say, yes, these are the qualities that we've been talking about for many years that weren't interesting to the business world, right? These qualities of grace and compassion and empathy and unity and oneness and consciousness and awareness are what the feminine has always wanted to bring to life, to whether it be to motherhood, to friendship, to relationship. And it wasn't that they were seen as woo-woo, right? Those were the things like, why would that be in business? I've always been in male-oriented businesses. And at some phases of that business were written off as, that's Adina's thing. That is not necessarily a principle of business. But I really love that we're in this phase of our world where those qualities are wanted. And so if we all can move into our consciousness, right? There's lots of action to be taken in this world, and we all are, and especially on this platform, people are of action, looking, what is there to create? Where do I move to? How can I make a difference in the world? But it's the consciousness with which we take that action. And in different forms, we've all spoken about love. And it's the love, the alignment, the integrity with which we take action. Especially here in the United States, I'll speak for where we're at. It's been a very, very divisive time. I don't remember another time in my lifetime that it's been so divisive, even in families, politically, right? We've seen this division. And yet those of us who stand for unity, who believe in unity, who believe in that oneness consciousness, that know that I am one with David and with Teresa, and we are all one humanity, that the only access to that is by listening and by bringing what seems like two polarized sides together, but being really interested in what is going on over there. What is it? What is your view of the world that gives you your actions, right? We only act in alignment with the way that we see the world. And so if we see the world as this harsh, cold, unforgiving place, our actions are in alignment with that. They're defensive of that. And if we see the world as gracious and loving, starting with the mother, right? Then we act in alignment with that. So how do we unify? How do we listen to people? We bring consciousness to our filters. Are we listening from proving something? Are we listening from trying to get somewhere? Are we listening from survival, from convincing, from shaming? Or are we an open platform? Are we really listening from the intention of unity, from understanding, from compassion? And we all know that we can only give what we embody. You can't fake giving. You can't fake listening. You can't fake being in another's world. We must calm our own minds. We must align our minds with our soul, with that intuition, to that which we know is truth, to be that opening for others to fully be themselves. And in that space, our differences are gorgeous and appreciated and celebrated. And I am so grateful for this platform, this group of people that One Humanity serves. You know, and I remember as a girl knowing that this was all available and possible, and yet seeing the adults and seeing the world act very differently. And then there's points where we just put those layers on, don't we? Like to protect ourselves. How do we survive in this world? And really, you know, Leon, you said it perfectly, Andrea, it's your generation. I have a 9-year-old son, and the way that he came into the world, the way that he walks and views the world is different. People are being birthed as awakened beings. The layers of survival are lifting. The consciousness is higher. So our practices are very important, aren't they? Every day. Our centering, our breath work, our creativity, our partnership. Ma Saima, my teacher, sent a message this week that I want, when you each were speaking, it really reminded me of this. It's simple and yet incredibly powerful. It said, oh boy, okay, there it is. In unity, we have been. In unity, we shall be. In unity, we are. In unity, always. We've just forgotten. And it's the lights of the world, seeing all the other lights in the world to remind us that we are unity. Thank you.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. We are one, will always be. That was beautiful, Adina. You have just said truth to me and to the world. That's just truth and facts. And absolutely, we must be the change and the expression. That's why I say that we are the ones who have to give birth to a new world by us, by being. And we are one already. But that was tremendously beautiful. Thank you.
Can I just say one other thing?
Oh, sure.
I just want to make sure that I don't leave our beautiful men out of this, right? Because while we might be talking about qualities of divine feminine or that female, men embody all these qualities. We all embody all these qualities. It's just an expression that's been suppressed for a lot of years. And it has nothing to do with gender. They're the qualities of humanity.
Absolutely. And you know, the two men that are here today are the more feminine, beautiful men I have ever met in my life. So absolutely. No, we will never leave them. No. So thank you. Now, the next one, our last speaker today is Fardous. Fardous, please, can you put your camera on here? We cannot see you. Fardous is a prominent Jordanian journalist and a real advocate for women's rights. By her own life, her own story, she's so amazing and such empowered women that she has opened doors for the new generations to go take another step. By her courage, she's really opening the doors to my generation. So I will let her talk. Dear, it's now your turn, and thank you for coming today and for always supporting us. Please, you mute yourself. And
hi, everybody. Good morning. Are you hearing me? Yes. Thank you, Andrea, for this introduce me, and thank you to having me with you and this very fantastic group, especially the women today. Maybe it's the day for women in our collective, with all my respect for the men's, of course. Anyhow, I would like to say hi for everyone. Good morning. Very happy good morning. It's sunny days in Georgia, Atlanta. Yes, what you said about me, I put all my hope and all my wishes in the new generation, your generation, because I have grands, I have a daughter, I have a son, and all of them believe that we will be more humble in this life, especially these days, more love, more giving, more everything. Let us say a very, very small experience I had. In 2003, our being in Iraq with United Nations, with the peace mission, to teach the women there what the meaning of democracy, what the meaning of humble, what the meaning of your law, what you ask for in the future, and all these things through the war there. After the war there, and I returned back to my home in Jordan, and all my colleagues in United Nations, everyone go back to his country. We collect all our experience together to make something difference. We wrote about 200 paper. It's a big number of paper as a study about international strategy for children. What we can do for all these children who lost their mommies, their dads, their parents, their homes, their education, their everything, and how we can get support. And for this word, I would like to tell all my colleagues on this meeting to put red underline under this word support, because in our collective we need it, you know. We need more support by money, by open mind people, by open mind mom, women, men, to make a new strategy. Now, after the war in Iraq from 2003, now we have COVID-19 battle. I called it war. It's make us like, most of us like going for depression, like a jail. We just living inside our houses, fighting, happiness, dancing, eating. We create many things to spend all our times. Let us now talk seriously what we need from our meeting and what we have experienced to give us all the world who hear us today, who looking to what we can do. And we will, I promise we will, we can do it with Dr. Leon, our leader, with a young woman like you. We have in our group and collective many active membership. We can help each other around the world and make the new humanity world for children, for families, for women, with all our respect for the law in every country where we live now. Let us see, in that time, we're going to find any things to help these people, but we couldn't. We couldn't because about 22 million people, half of them destroyed, no home, no food, no, they have a lot of hunger, blah, 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 blah. And this is what COVID-19 did with the people now around the world. More hunger, more destroyed people, no jobs, no income, nothing at all. All the houses closed, but nobody knows what inside. Is there a suffering people, or happy people, or sick people, or they haven't any health insurance people? What we can help and how and when, many things. Of course, said all our hope in God and Allah, because if we lost that we believe in God and His hope to give us, we couldn't succeed in any way, in any religion. But because all of us, we believe in God and in Allah, hope, I find that I have many white lights coming through my eyes, coming to me from my collective, from all our family collective. Because of that, now it's the perfect time to think together how we can do more humble, how we can appearance our humanity, how we can get support. Believe me or not believe, I don't know, but I'm spent all my time make connection with all the country that I know some friends there, they can help us. And I'm waiting just to take one answer positive to tell you all that like make us all happy. It's not support us, no, but we are the helpful. We are the right hand to help all these people. We starting by education, if you remember in the last meeting. Education now, if you think about the children who are out of their schools, how we can get them to be online. In Afghanistan, they haven't more laptop or internet, or maybe just 30% of population they have. This is the first one, I think, who can give us all these tools to send it for these people. Second, the food bank. I make many connections with the 3 food banks in New York, in Georgia, in South Carolina, and in New York. And most of them, they will help us if we have many groups enlisted by the location, by the country, and they will help without paying any money. Fourth, I have about 2,000 now doctors, free doctors. They can help us for the people who haven't any insurance, health insurance. And they said we can send online and by emails for the collective to give us where all these group. We can tell them in Afghanistan we have a membership, in Jordan we have, in New York we have, and everywhere in Spain we have. You are our ambassador there, and you can do what we couldn't do here for Spain, for Barcelona, for the country who I love. And Dr. Leon, he has a lot of friends around the world. He can give us all these list of groups and the camps there, we can do something. Now, the fourth thing, and very important to me as a woman, as a mom, now we live in a holiday times. Christmas will be coming after 2 weeks, the New Year. We spend the Thanksgiving, collect some food, some gifts by myself, my daughter, my grands. Even I'm living in a new area for me. I came from South Carolina, and before that, I came back to South Carolina from New York. Of course, I have a good neighborhood here, and they were being very happy when we knocked their door and said, Happy Thanksgiving. This is the humanity. This is a kind of a humanity. This is the love. This is the woman. This is the mom who feel with her children. But another place like the camp, I went to Atlanta, Dingsington camp there. They have from Panama, from Syria, from everywhere, a big family numbers, and they haven't a lot of things to give us, but they have more humanity. It's very gentle and with love. They respect us. They were being very happy looking to my eyes with my group. We were being 4. And we have a lot of gifts, not from our pocket. Of course, I have my special gift for every family, very simple, but we collect. Macy's give us, you know, Giuseppe give us everything. I were been working for 2 weeks for the Thanksgiving gift, and we collect all of them with the mini bus and go for the camp. They were being very happy. I have a brother, he working with the big food company. He asked his manager and he gave us a boxes about 100 full of food, and we took it for that camp. I feel that this is the humble and humanity. All these under the title of our meeting today, our happy morning today, to tell us and to tell you and everyone, I saw him this morning, that I'm very happy to see all these faces, happy faces. It's mean we will help you, Fardous, and Fardous, you will be together to give the peace and education and humanity for who needs. This is what I want to make it like a small summarize to tell all the people who hear us this morning. No difference between black and white, no difference between Christian and Muslims, no difference between Indian and Arab. No, what all of us collect us under this ceiling, it's a humanity, it's love. I love you all. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for this time. Thank you, Andre. Thank you, Dr. Leon. Thank you, all of you. I wish you a very happy day.
Thank you so much, Fardous. Yes, we're many things to do, many things to take action. And that's something I love about activism. And it's that we actually do something and we just not only talk about it. So thank you for being there and being an example and always empowering people.
Thank you.
Right now, that was all of our speakers, but we have a video that Sonita and Alina have sent to us. As we were saying before, the youth plays a very important role nowadays, because one of the greatest movements on activism to really change the world and make a real change is being initiated by the youth. And well, me, myself, I'm 19 years old, and I'm trying to take my dream of making a better world something realistic that we can plan and do beyond talking about utopias. And now I will present you by this video that dear Sonita have sent to us. She's 24 years old, but as a teenager, she had to run away from her motherland, which is Afghanistan. Her family sold her to get married, but she could escape that life and go to the United States and get a proper education. And nowadays she's an artist, a rapper, and an activist that uses music and art to end child marriage. So I'm gonna share my screen with you all to see her. And then if anybody else has a comment or a question, we'll be done. Okay, so please mute yourself. Sure, okay, and now I'm gonna mute myself and gonna share my screen.
Can't hear.
Andrea, there is no volume.
Okay, sorry, there's no volume. Then I'm gonna try again, sorry. Okay, let's see.
I wish that I could be there with you today, but I am in a new school program and I can't get away. It is exciting to me that you're all here. When I was 10 and again when I was 16, my family tried to sell me into marriage. And at that time, I thought that child marriage was something that only happened in Afghanistan or in Iran. I didn't realize that it happens everywhere. I also could not have imagined that anyone cared about it. I feel very alone. And when I first learned about Girls Not Brides and all the people in the world working to end child marriage, all of you, I was so surprised and I was filled with so much happiness and hope. Thank you. Thank you to you. Knowing about you and also thinking of all of my friends still facing child marriage is what inspired me to keep going, keep doing what I'm doing now. Today, I speak and rap all over the world, sharing about child marriage, a reality that you all know and understand, what world leaders and students and everyone to try bring real change. I am very happy to see many young people here. Youth people are the heart of this problem. They must also be at the heart of this solution. I hope that everyone here takes time during the conference to really listen to the youth here and take their thoughts and ideas seriously. This is my challenge to you. I am working on some exciting projects that involve education, advocacy, and of course, music and youth. And I hope you will all join me. I really hope you will use this conference to inspire and push each other to keep going too. So we can work together to end child marriage. I believe we can do it when we work together. Thank you.
So that was Sonita's message. She's very inspiring and inspiring many other youngsters all around the world. And personally, as someone that is so young, it gives me hope to see that the awakening is not only going to the people that has always been looking for wisdom on their life, but also on the young minds that are realizing that they have to take actions and do something too, because the world is not gonna fix today. We must be the solution. So if there's any other comment or final comment or question, we will end up this session. And before we go into that, I want to thank again each one of you. You're all beautiful, inspiring people to me, and you really give me so much strength to keep pursuing this dream and to keep going ahead these projects and this one humanity, one world global social movement. So I open this for you.
Well,
I would like, sorry.
well, I just want a quick comment, actually. I am, obviously, I know some of the people here already, but I'm blessed to Muzu and Adina. I truly honored to meet you both. Adina, please send my blessings, regard, as I may. And you both delivered extremely powerful message, along with obviously David Fardous, who I also know, member of our collective, and Teresa. Absolute Fardous, your message of that we must gather our forces, we must raise the funds. I don't want to make it too capitalistic, but money talks, but we have to use money the right way. And as the model, so I believe we don't just talk, we are all action. I'm amazed by everyone here, what they accomplish. Like Teresa, help prisoners, okay? All right? They help the most deprived people, the most forgotten people. So she set up a clothes fashion business in a prison. Those are the kind of activism, those are the kind of action that show that the people here, we're not just all talkers, we are walkers. And I am so blessed that we have this opportunity to show the world that together, we have to work this together as one big family bonded by love. And I just wanted to comment that I am blessed to share this platform thanks to Andrea's genius, thanks to her charisma. It's her future. You know, obviously I'm probably the oldest man. No, Teresa, I don't want to ask the ladies there, but I'm one of the oldest here. So like I said to you, so we are here for her generation, for Adina, for Musa, your children, your 14-year-old, they're the children that we are building this world for. Okay. And I think with it, was it Adina you mentioned, someone mentioned about the new children that are born into this generation are born with a new consciousness, whether that's given from a higher order, but they're born into this new world that we're creating for them. And we better make this world right. We better do a good job at this, okay? We better, there's no option B, there's no plan B, okay? We better not, pardon my English, this, ladies and gentlemen here, we better not screw up. But with such powerful voice, I am very, very optimistic that we will not. We will not. We must not, and we will not. And I just wanted to make that comment. Thank you all. Love you all.
Thank you. Mom,
Just want to say, yes. Andrea, thank you so much to give me the extended family. It is so nice to meet each and everyone. Thank you very much. It's like I know them and I feel that they're part of my family now. And last but not the least, keep your mother happy. If your mother is happy, you have achieved everything in this world. That's the most important thing. Mother's love is unconditional love. She always puts her child first, then her own needs. Mother is beautiful. That's all I would say. Thank you.
Absolutely, Mumsy. And you know, that reminds me that I want to take a huge kiss to my mother. She's my greatest master, all my admiration. And honestly, all I want to be like, it's like my mother. The reason why I believe the world can be better is thanks to her. And just because I had the mother I have and I was upbringed and raised up the ways I was raised up, is that I want everybody to feel the same love I had. I'm blessed to have a mother that teaches me so much love. So absolutely, I want to dedicate this to my mother and to all mothers of the world who are able to give that unconditional love just like yourself. You're a beautiful mother. Thank you. Anybody else wants to make a comment? Fardous, please. You're muted, darling.
Could I ask the Afghani young woman one question? How many times she lived now in United States? It became 1 year or more. And the other question, did she find a difference between her things before she get inside United States, or she didn't, and how she solved all these things? I hope just I wish that I will her answer just one word, maybe. I'm imagine.
If you're referring to Sunita, the girl we put in the video, she's right now not here with us to answer that question herself.
Okay. I'm sorry.
She has been since her early teenage. She's 24 now, but since her 13th, I believe, I might be wrong, she has been in the United States thanks to an organization called Girls Not Brides that rescue girls that are being forced to get married in countries like Afghanistan. He makes concerts and music to raise funds to help other girls that are being forced to being married. Being less than 10 years old. So yeah, but he is not with us today, but she will watch this.
Okay. Okay, I can understand you. I wish her a very good life, but in one word, I wish she has all the hope to give her to her mom there, because our colleague and you, we're talking about our mother. Everyone, he want to look like his mother and respect her and more love. And because of that, I will tell her, please be close to your mom, even by mobile, by talking with her every day, because she has a mother heart. She couldn't sleep, I know, because I'm a mom. She couldn't sleep without her daughter, without she knows she eating, she happy, she miserable. Please, let your mommy in your life, even by mobile. Please, be humble. I'm proud of her, and I'm proud of every one of you. Thanks God. Thanks to bless all of you, and you will be happy with your children in the future when you saw yourself that your children in the same toll, we walking with them on the street like your brothers, sisters. You will be very proud of them and yourself. And one day, maybe if God give me a long life, I will see Andrea with her children like my grand. Thank you for everyone. Thank you, Leon. Thank you, Andrea. I love you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're always all connected. We're all one. And I want to wish you all a happy new year, because we're going to close and wish you all a happy Christmas.
Same to you.
Thank you. We are blessed to have children like you. Andrea, your mother would be very proud. Like I am very proud of Uzair. Uzair is an apple of my eye. He's just strength. He's my weakness. He's my strength. That's what my son is. So Thank you so much.
I'm going to end this session now. Big kiss to all of you and thanks for being here. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.